Clash of Clans podcast, episode 1. With the Clash of Clans for the fans in the stands. Let me tell you about Clash of Clans. I'm your pal, Biggity Boneyard. And I'm here with my friend, that naughty hottie, Scotty, coming to you live from the sound booth here at KBSMT. That's Scotty's basement.
Hi, everybody.
Well, there we are, Scotty. Let me jump right in, and why don't you tell us what we're doing here and what it's all about?
Well, we are starting our first official Clash of Clans podcast, talking about all things Clash of Clans.
Excellent.
A little bit of strategy, a little bit of in the news, what we've been doing, talking about clans, things that I always wanted to know, you wanted to know, those type of things.
Right on, right on. We're going to get it to you live here, coming up quick. First, we take a little break. Oh, no, we're not. Just gotcha. Let's see. What are we going to start with? Scotty, why don't you tell me how you got started playing?
All right. Well, I guess I've been playing now for, I'm coming up on 6 months. Right? No, 5 months. 5 months. Started playing back at the end of September. I saw the Clash of Clans in the iTunes top grossing store.
That's how you got started. You just saw it there. I saw that people were playing it, so you decided to check it out.
Had good reviews. I thought, hey, I'll check this out. I downloaded it, started playing, and then saw you the next weekend. That's when the magic started, right?
Yeah. He told me to, hey, check this out. I said, hey, I'd like to play a little bit of app games, even though they're kind of ridiculous. Checked it out, was hooked like a fish right through the gill. Let me tell you something. Clash of Clans is something else. Now, when I got started, it was just me and Scotty, and he said, hey, why don't you get your thing going so we could be in a clan together? And so we started
the clan castle.
The clan castle. We started a 2-person clan and played for, I don't know what it was.
I don't know, probably 2 months. It was before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because we had joined the clan, and then we were in our 2-person clan, and then one day I wake up and Boneyard has left the clan. I've never felt so alone.
Well, I was
in a clan all by myself, sitting there.
You can't get troops from anybody. Well, I was at the poker game, and Bernsey was there, and he says, I was playing my Simpsons game, and he says, oh, you ever played Clash of Clans? You should play that. And I said, I do play that. And he said, join our league. So I quick joined up then and told Scotty all about it when I talked to him next. Yep. And that was the clan Minnesota Nice, based here in Duluth, Minnesota.
Minnesota Nice. I got to tell you that acceptance was like a relief. I'm like, Boneyard's left me. He's gone on to bigger and better things, and here I am in my own castle, hanging out by myself.
Requesting troops over and over and over.
It was nice, though, because when I first joined, I was the top level player at 60. So I guess it's taken me a long time to get to, or was it 50? It might have been 50 back then.
For what?
When I first joined the clan, I was the highest level in the clan.
Because there was 2 of us.
No, I'm talking about well, the 2.
You're talking about Minnesota Nice.
Yeah,
right,
Minnesota
right,
Nice.
Right.
When we got into Minnesota
Nice.
Nice.
Everybody had just kind of got started, and a bunch of those guys all worked together down Canal Park, and so that's kind of the core group. And then put it out there, and people from Minnesota just wanted to get in, so we got people from all over the state.
Yeah, a lot of people from up here. It's a small world. You find out, my paths crossed in the past, and never met any of the other clan members except for Boneyard. But I may have run into one of them or two at a party here or there back in the day. But
maybe.
Actually, one other clan member was. I knew from a while ago.
And you may even have been served by some of those clan members here at local restaurants.
And then a lot of them are from down in the cities, but it seems like, the majority of people requesting are from Minnesota.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't take them if they weren't.
Right. So,
that's how we got started. And I'll tell you what, it's been a while, and we've really been getting going. Here in the last week, I've been doing pretty good. Actually, I've been kind of hiding out the whole time. Not getting attacked. I think I got attacked 4 times the last 36 hours with 1 defeat, and that was a revenge.
A revenge defeat. So they found you.
Yeah,
down the ranks.
It was from dropping trophies. I dropped the trophy on the wrong guy, and he came back and got me. I think is what happened.
So how are your upgrades been going?
Everything is pretty sweet. Let me make sure I got this thing going here.
Because I have to say, this last week has been a very slow, painful week. I have gotten tired of upgrading my damn pumps one at a time because I was trying to calculate it out, and I thought at the rate I'm going, it's going to take me over 40 days to finish up all the pumps and everything like that. And I've started to get to my defenses, so I'm at a level 69, which I just hit yesterday, I believe. And so I am still sitting with a level 8 town hall. I've refused to move forward until I've got everything upgraded, but I'm starting to get antsy because of the new update.
Well, I am feeling the same way. I'm really trying to not get to the point where I want level 9, because I'm already planning where I'm going to put those walls, where I'm going to put everything. But I have so much stuff that needs to get upgraded before I get there.
You're like a Clash of Clans interior decorator. Yeah. Looking at your walls, going, ooh, wait, we'll have so much space for this as soon as I get my level 9 town hall.
Where am I going to put all the extra defenses and storage? I got a whole thing planned out of a decoy area where people can go and take my town hall in the smaller storage areas that storage units that I have, the new ones, and they can take them, give me a shield for a while. That's fine.
So I've got 4 pumps upgrading, I've got 3 elixir pumps, or whatever they call them. We call them pumps here at the Clash Clans podcast, and we won't apologize for that.
No.
And then I got one, and I just started a mine, and I got to tell you, I've been a little bored. I feel like I've got at least a day, 1 day and 7 hours until the first thing I can start to upgrade. And with all those pumps shut down, I'm having a hard time getting everything else up there.
Yeah. It's a good time to lay low like I do, and so you can't get stolen. Sneak down there, work on revenging people so they can't get back at you. You know, every attack that you make is an attack that somebody's going to come back and get you. So hide out down in the low level trophies and sneak around on some revenging. I've been doing that. I've been cleaning up too. I went down there. I went down there when I was like under 400 of each, and I'm at 1.3 elixir, 800 grand gold that I've gotten just off revenging people for cheap.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well,
and when I'm bored, I just attack those little noobs that are down there at 500 trophies and just go after their 2 builder huts in their town hall for the achievements, and then drop some more trophies, because those little guys aren't gonna attack you.
Those poor guys. Well, just wait. Those little guys are gonna be coming up.
Yeah. Well, they ain't gonna catch me. That's.
But I remember being, down in those, and people who are listening to this are probably going, he's sitting at 1,520 trophies. That's part choice, because I thought that's where all the elixir and treasure had been, and you're at the corner of getting the dark elixir at that point. But I did go for it, and I did upgrade one other of my barracks. And another one of the most painful processes, I think, in this game.
Oh, probably the most, because you can't use that barrack. Oh, does that take forever? You lose a quarter of your production. You can't be making barbs. Can't be making anything.
And I'm already impatient enough. I'm sitting there, watching my shows, going, and I don't know why, but I always find myself just staring at the screen, going, nothing's happening. And maybe that's why when they designed the game, they put the little builders in. I mean, everybody looks active. Everybody's running around doing their stuff.
Checking on a tree, looking at it, touching the bark, running back over here.
So let me ask you, because this is a question that I had for a lot of people.
Hit me.
Was, when you're playing, do you keep your screen open?
Yeah.
So you avoid that reload button?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part. Usually when I'm putting in more than 10 minutes of this game, it's usually I'm watching TV. I got the thing plugged in and sitting on my bed next to me, and I just touch it once in a while, and I just keep waiting until the guys load up and go out and attack. And I'm loading barbs, so it's quick. It's 16 minutes or 20 minutes or something. I've got a full army. And when I'm sitting down here, I don't even use a full army, so most of the time I don't have to wait that full time.
And I'm playing on an iPad, and what I said what I said earlier to you was, if I had an iPhone and I was playing this game, I don't think I'd ever take a call. But
yes,
I do find now, especially as you get going, it's a sit down, drag out. All right, I'm committed to whatever, because those things keep getting more expensive, and and then you got to find the right thing. And nothing burns me more than when you go into some place, you go, oh, just ripe. I think I can do this one, and I come out with like 7,000 gold.
It just doesn't work it out.
And I'm like, damn it! I just spent more on that than getting to it. And not getting enough elixir, when you go in to cover the cost of your army in the first place. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right. I got to pull out at least 30 grand of each because I tend to look around a lot when I'm up in the higher trophies looking for scores.
So your armies are only costing you 30 grand, huh?
Less than that, yeah.
Mine are up at 60, 70 grand a pop.
Well, what are you making?
I make 14 giants. I make 6 bombers. And then I do, it's about 47 archers, or a little more than that, and then like about the same of barbs, and then the rest goblins.
They're a real mixed bag of stuff there.
Yeah. So I that's, and I know we're going to get into tactics and things later on and in future episodes, but I find that seems to work well for me. So.
I, on the other hand, am a swarm guy. I have 2 barracks making archers, 2 barracks making barbs. They're both level 5 now, and that is overwhelming forces is my
and
key.
It works for you, huh?
Oh, it works great. It works.
Especially when you're sitting down in the 429, I think, trophy range, which I saw last night.
495 trophies. Yeah.
At that point, you can't even.
You just send in 20 guys and they mop up. It's hilarious. Yeah. You get a drag, you send one dragon, and it's just like, it takes a while, but it's fire. It's great.
Yeah. And we'll talk about the tactics of dropping trophies.
Yeah, we'll get more into that here in a little bit. First thing I want to talk about is spending money. Let's start out with a little bit of history of the game here. With let's talk about this article you read about Supercell, and now the makers of this game is Supercell something or other. And they're making tons of money. This game is super popular. It's ridiculous. They're making 800 grand a day, some kind of crazy number.
And to note, it's only on the iPhone platform, their iPad, Apple platform. So they're not even touching the Android market.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're but
right.
and I read an article a while ago that said that they're not going to be doing that. So
good.
But that will drive me to iPhone.
Androids are stupid. This game alone, yeah.
Just pissed a lot of people off.
Well, they're silly looking. It's got a dumb name. Although iPhone.
Android. You think that's a silly name?
I think it is a silly name for a phone.
You do an Android impression, don't you?
Well, it's not an Android impression. It's not an Android. It's a phone. It's not the human shape. That'd be cooler.
Yeah. What does your Android sound like?
Beep boop. Beep boop. Beep beep.
If only you could see what I just saw, folks.
Beep boop beep.
Yeah. So
let's talk about Supercell. Now they're making all kinds of money. I read an article here on Wired talking about how the top 10% of the players are equal to like 50% of the revenue that they make is 10 people, and they're making these millions of dollars. Now there's an article about this guy who spent 15 grand on this game. And
some people are spending like 6 grand in one weekend,
and that seems like it's just crazy. I mean, It's crazy to me. I spending money. I considered it. I have spent money on the game. $10.
Yeah. See, I'm up a little bit more than that because I did buy the 1 big bag of gems and then I think 2 smaller ones.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you have 5 builders?
I've got 5 builders.
Okay, then that counts. All right.
So
that's where it's at.
This article I think was titled "These Guys Spend $5,000 playing this game, so you can play for free." I think that was the title of the article on Wired.com. Just type in Clash of Clans. Type in Clash of Clans on Wired.com and Supercell, and that'll pop up. So this was just in the news.
Google it. Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Go to
Siri.
Yeah.
It's Siri now.
Oh, at AskJeeves.com. Is that still a thing?
Well, they don't put Siri.com.
Go to
I'm
MySpace.
talking about your iPhone.
It'll be a pop-in on MySpace.
Yeah, he's on the iPhone 3 yet. he just got introduced to the internet in the last year.
I'm not a big interwebs guy.
Yeah. So, all right. So, how much? So, you're saying you've only spent $10?
$10. Now, the builders, they cost gem. The first 2 you get for free. The rest costs gems. Everything else in the money, everything else in the game is based on what you make in the game, except for the gems. You got to buy them with cold hard cash.
Well, you do get 3 gems a day by removing those
That's
obstacles.
True. That's true. Now,
I figured that out, that it works out to to, I think, 3, and then for a while it seemed to drop to 2, but now it's back up. So if you're new to this game, make sure you're removing those. They don't come from under rocks. Rocks only had gold, I think, or maybe not. But gems only come from the trunks. I think are the best, and the mushrooms. Surprisingly,
I think it's just random.
I don't know.
The trees and the mushrooms and the bushes and all that, it's just all random when you find stuff. I mean, I find
but it's
stuff
running at 3 a day.
Yeah. All right.
So I think they put out 3 obstacles, works towards an achievement, which seems to be taking for freaking ever.
I've got 60 left or something like that. I'm almost, something like that. I'm close to 500. I'm getting there.
I think I'm only about halfway there. And I keep doing it. I'm still at 378. Maybe something's broken within my game. I mean, how many more obstacles did you get than I get? I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
So the question is, do you spend money on the game?
Do you spend money on the game? The answer is, well, let's take a look at it. Why do you want to spend money? Why do you want to buy gems? You want to hurry things up? You want to upgrade stuff? You want to do all that? Well, you might as well go ahead and spend $6,000 because it's never going to end.
Right.
You're gonna upgrade one thing or hurry one thing up for $3 or $5 or however much it's going to cost for those gems. What's the point? You might as well, but you do need to buy the builders, and you can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think definitely the builders. If you play the game for at least a month, and I just got my 5th builder, I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So happy I did, and obviously I would have been way better off buying it earlier because now it's these damn pumps that I have to keep upgrading right now and stick me, But definitely the third.
Yeah.
Go for the 4th.
The third one you can get, you could probably get by just clearing obstacles and depending on what you have left when you started.
And so if you're
which is what I did.
And if you're listening to this when you've just first started playing, if anybody's listening to this, when you first started playing, if you're in the beginning, don't spend your gems. You hold on to those gems.
Hold on to those the whole time. Use them because you're going to need them, and that's what I did. That's what Scott told me. He said, "Don't spend your gems." And so
did you?
No, I didn't. I held on to all of them or most of them, and then cut down trees until I had enough for the 3rd builder.
Yeah, because I went in there and I dropped 60 here and 70 there or something, and sitting back going, "Oh crap! I didn't realize that." They were going to cost this much money.
They were going to cost actual money to get them, yeah.
So, but my 3rd builder came because I said, you know what? I'd spend $5 on a beer at a bar. So I'm just going to go ahead and spend this. You know what? I'm not going to go to that movie tonight. I'm going to stay home and nerd out and play my Clash of Clans.
You played the game for 2 hours. That's worth $5. I mean, and I played this game for months, and I put in $10 so I could get the 4th builder, and I had a whole bunch of extra gems, which I used.
Think about how many times you waste that in a vending machine. I mean, do stupid claw games or anything like that.
Who's playing a claw game?
I don't know.
I did see a teddy bear the other day. I liked it anyway.
So my advice would be, I don't know if I would buy the 5th builder or the 4th builder right away because I think
I would. My word on my 2 cents is spend the money, buy as many builders as you can, as you feel comfortable. Drop $20, you get 3 and 4, and have enough gems left over to fill your dark elixir tank to buy your king.
Well, if you're starting out, of course, so you're not going to get dark elixir to hit level 8.
Oh, that's a ways.
So
put in $20, hang on to the gems, don't use them.
Yeah,
until you'll need them later.
Have a little bit too much to drink, and then.
That's where I gotta go to work. I'm gonna do it now.
In the clan, that's what the big common theme is. Oh, I got drunk last night and spent so many gems or whatever. But so that's my advice too. I would grow my builders as my playing grew because I would hate to. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter if you're gonna buy them later on. You might as well buy them anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you're saving yourself time.
All right.
Buy them often. Buy them early. But don't go crazy. $20 is about the maximum you should be spending on this game.
And maybe you're a purist. I mean, I don't know, but I'm all about. I've played this game a long time. I'm willing to put in some money, and and that's why I didn't right away because I had no idea. But the leader of our clan actually is a level 58, I think, or 56, and he still only has 2 builders. So it can be done.
Yeah, it just takes
gotta be
forever.
With it.
Yeah, and it's addicting enough to where you're going to want to have them just because you're going to want to keep upgrading. I mean, that's the kind of the fun of the game is growing your little city.
All right, so let's get into some tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks. What do we want to talk about first?
Well, I'd like to share your tip with me that has
hiding elixir tip.
Yeah.
All right. Now this is one that I think I came from. Was a guy in our clan. I think it was Gordo. I might have heard it from first. Not sure. Anyway, hiding elixir. Now you've got 4 barracks, and if your army camps are full, your barracks have a little exclamation over them because they're not building anything. But
so make sure your army camp is full.
Army
first.
camp's all the way full.
Okay.
And in the barrack, you're going to queue up, your 50 or 60 guys that you can make. You want to queue up your wall breakers because the wall breakers are the most expensive compared to how much room they take. They only take up 1 room, and and mine costs $2,000 right now. So if I fill up my queue of 50 guys, I can hold $400,000.
100.
I can hold $100,000 in each barrack. $400,000 total. I can take off the screen, and my attackers won't be able to get their 10% of it. Not only is it taking the money they can't get, but it makes me less of a likely target.
Right, because they're going to look at it and they're not going to see that that's how much.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I've said this before, but I thought when I first started playing that if your army got destroyed when you were gone, that your army was gone. And
the army camp, yeah.
I think that was the case.
I'm pretty sure that I saw that in the little when it's loading and it gives you a little thing that I read that once, but it's never happened. I've never seen it happen.
Yeah. So with this though, if your barracks get destroyed, it does not matter.
No.
They just grow back.
Yeah, once you come back, it's 20 seconds and they're there. And you still have that queue of 50 wall breakers that you can then minus it down, take that $100,000 out of each, put it back in your. Especially if if you're a lower level and $400,000 is all you got.
Right.
Like for me, it's a drop. Well, it's a third of what I have right now.
Well, but elixir is so hard to come by.
Yeah, right. You can hide it there, and then if you're waiting, you got to wait a day. You can hide that in there until that day goes by, and then boom, you can do whatever you want to do.
I do have to say though, and I saw someone in the clan do this. I think it was Boots. He came back, forgot he hit all those builders in his hut.
I've done that too.
Or the bombers in his hut, and then got a whole army of bombers, and it's like, oh man, that's a $4,000 army ready to go.
Well, and it's worth almost nothing, but because you can't do anything. Although the last time when I was talking about it, I had it all set up, and then I went to go for a fight, and sure enough, I saw 10 bombers, and I got to change this. And I was like, you know what? I'm pretty close to my bomber wall achievement, so I made a full rack of bombers, and I sent them in on some. I must have been in the 600 trophy range, so they had decent walls. And I destroyed every wall in a city, and I still had 100 of them left. And so I went to another city, and I just destroyed 100 of the cities. 100,
Imagine that person comes back, and they just go,
"What?
What did this idiot just do? He just blew up all my walls and didn't take the damn thing.
Every wall,
free shield,
most of all the things were there. No, he wouldn't have got a shield because I definitely lost that battle. But I did, he's got walls around his storage containers. I did get some. Like, one of them I got maybe $10,000 in gold and $6,000 in elixir.
From bombers?
Because they're right next door, and the bomb blows it up, and it takes a couple points off,
I didn't know that.
Because it's adjacent to the wall, and the wall explodes, and it's a bomb. So, because they were going not just the outer wall, but they were going into the inner walls, because every single wall square was exposed, and they would just. They're super fast too.
So you told me about this last week, and I tried it out, and I don't go to bed or be unprepared without storing that 400, because that makes a huge difference. Because I find elixir, like you're talking about, your army's much cheaper than mine.
Mm-hmm.
But because you and your swarm technique,
I love it.
and I'm sure a lot of people, and I've seen people, come in, and that's why I always think walls are important. But that has been like a complete Clash of Clans altering tip, because of course I've had 3 of my pumps plus down for the week.
Yeah,
so I'm not
that's,
producing that much.
And that's a bummer too, because if you have, you want to get them all going, you can't do them one at a time. But if you go 3 at a time, then you got nothing building. You got to rely on attacking.
Yeah. So I've had a slow week because I've started those up, and I started them up all at the same time, which means they're all going to end at the same time. So I'm going to be sitting there.
Also a bummer. Yeah, you got to stagger that stuff. So
I know what I'm doing this weekend is basically
definitely when you're doing your upgrades to those to the folks at home. When you're doing your upgrades, stagger them so that you're not waiting 5 days and then everything comes up at once and you don't have enough to pay for anything.
Yeah, and I think that's how
every couple of days or every other day, and that way you can earn enough to be ready for it.
All right. So tell us about your trophy dropping technique, which I've seen, because the matches come from the trophy area. They don't match by level.
Oh,
so.
Right.
At first it was confusing because I'd see level 80s or, level 96 comes whizzing in and crushing the crap out of me. And now Boneyard's doing the exact same thing, which I will probably be doing this week.
Soon enough. Yeah. If you're trying to hide some stuff. Well, trophy dropping. I figured that out, and I would run up and down. I would run up and down the aisle between about 750 and 900, and just take everything I could.
Number of trophies.
Yeah, but the number of trophies, because you go in and you just drop one barb.
Yeah. Surrender.
You lose all the trophies you can.
So if you've seen it and you don't know why somebody just got you with one, that's probably because they were trophy dropping.
And so you drop, and you just take your time, and it drops you down, and it moves you back up. Because once you get up to 1100 and you step away from your game, you're going to get crushed. Somebody's going to come and find you, especially if you got a million of each. They're going to want it, and they're going to get you, because those are the guys that are even higher, dropping trophies down to you.
Right.
So I would go way under, and drop down to 500 is where I'm at 495 right now, which is ridiculous.
And so we've got a really good clan, because there's been people who've come in and said, oh, if you're not in the top 10 or you are the lowest, our clan really sticks together, which is awesome. And so I walked in, I went to the clan castle to check the stats one time, and there's Boneyard, whee, all the way down on the very bottom, under like the level 16 or whatever the hell is in there.
There I am, level 63, right at the bottom.
Yeah.
The 10 guys above me are all under level 20.
Sitting at, it's like, I can just see Boneyard sitting on a little kid inner tube in the middle of like a water park or something. That's how I imagine it.
Walking behind
Look what I can do.
Walking behind the race, just jogging. Hey.
There I am down there. So I mean, we're lucky that way because our clan's really awesome.
I'm a clan elder, and I'm down below all the new guys, but
so that's I'm going to actually take that.
Start doing that. Well, let me tell you all about how to do it and what's great about it. Now, this is what I do. This is basically one of my defenses, is that I drop trophies in it, and I'll drop it all the way down if I need to hide out. Where I'm at, the reason I'm there right now, I had a whole bunch of elixir, like 2.4 mil, and I needed to hide it for a day and a half. And so I dropped down, started dropping trophies, and I got down to 419, and then I stopped, and then I was like, let's do some fighting, and I would, you can battle people there, and you can use, 15 archers, and just wipe them out, and so you can take their builder huts and their town halls, which go towards your achievement.
Oh yeah,
always go, and that's another thing while you're dropping trophies.
Go for the builder
huts, because when you're down in those low, they always put them in the corners. So you just drop one on each builder hut, and then wait until it's defeated, then surrender.
And that's a sub tip. Don't put your builder huts in the corner. I used to do that all the time, just because I thought it would save me stars. But if I see that, I'm going to stop and attack you.
I'm going to take those
way
huts
down.
Yeah,
but I mean, not like it really makes a big difference.
No, and it doesn't. You're actually giving them trophies and boosting them up.
Or maybe that's a tactic to get trophies.
I guess it kind of works, I guess. But, trophies is totally irrelevant. Once you get up to 1,250 trophies, you get an achievement for having 1,250 trophies. You get 450 gems. So when you're working your way up, work your way up to there. And once you get to there, the trophies aren't. It's just a way to play the game. You go moving up and down the trophies. So I drop them all the way down. This is my defense. I drop them all the way down. I will hide my resources if I need to. And then also I keep my town hall outside of my wall. I keep it down on the bottom all by itself, and I leave it there to induce attacks so that they take it and I get a shield. You know, I don't care if I lose it. I don't care if I lose trophies. Yeah, knock me back down, but I do get the shield, and then I can. Then that's a little more safety for you.
You know, and I think that this might be and if you're out there and you're in a clan, you might want to tell your clan members what you're about to do. Ours are really cool, and especially if you're active and you're donating, they know what's going on. But I think that I'm going to be saving up for that level 9 town hall. I think I'm going to do it just so that I have, because by the time it gets done, all of my pumps and mines will be done. And so
that's true. It does take. How long is it going to take?
It's going to take 10 days.
Oh, that's a
time. And I've got a good head start on my walls. My walls are a lot of them are blue. I'm probably about half, and so I think I'm going to go for it. So that way I can start working on those level 6 barbarians, which just came with the new update and things like that. So that would be a really good strategy. At least, if I'm battling up or raiding up in, whatever range, to take that money and then drop the trophies just to hold out at night or whatever when you're doing it. But it seems like you just can't, once you get down there, and you're going to gain trophies back to where you're supposed to be. And I find my ceiling, as my level increases, the amount of battles I win and the amount of people that attack me and I win, it seems like your ceiling just increases.
That's true. When I'm sitting down here at 500 trophies, I'll get attacked by the guy with 500 trophies. And so he attacks me and he goes after one of my outlying pumps or mines, and then gets springboarded into the sky.
I can't lose trophies fast enough.
And he'll come in, and then he's got maybe 60 or 80 guys total, and he just kind of pecks off in the corners, and sometimes he'll be smart and go for the town hall and take it. But most of the time he just loses all his dudes, and I get trophies in it. So I'll come back on after hours, and I gained 185 trophies from
what a nice feeling.
But see, and I don't mind that because you can drop them again. Once in a while, you'll get hit by a guy who's also doing that. Some guy that's trolling through there looking for stuff, but because it takes so long to do, I think for that 500 you're safe. Nobody's going to go all the way down there looking for
except for the 2 people that listen to this podcast.
Well, and the other thing is that you're not looking for that guy. He's not looking for me. He's just dropping trophies and found me.
Right.
And when you do that, and I've done that, I've gone down. I was like 498, and I went, oh, this guy, level 50. 200 mil or 2 mil in each one side, 200K of each thing, and he was. I could get right in there with my 200 guys, 200 barbs for him, and I caught him.
200 barbs.
I caught him.
I just can't even imagine that.
I caught him hiding out in the 500s, and I took him out. So, and then I got the 50 trophies or whatever for doing that, and then I just kept dropping back down behind him and got down underneath there.
So let me ask you, what would you say to a purist out there? Because I'm sure there are purists that say, I'm not buying anything, buying the builders. I'm only
just
going
playing
for
the game.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what about those purists that say dropping trophies is cheating?
Fuck them. I would agree, but that's the way you play the game.
See, and my mindset used to be that it was cheating, or I'd get kind of pissy about it. But that is the way that it gets played, and unless you're going to drop that $15,000 to get in that top 10 spot, the game has to evolve and change because you run up against that ceiling and you can't win.
Yes.
And so you do different tactics to get your.
It's not you can do it, so it's not cheating. excuse me, you're not hacking the game or anything like that. So it's just another tactic in playing the game. You can play the game different ways, but that's just another way to do it.
And I see a lot of people doing that. And at first, there was a little moral qualm maybe, but now I go, wait a second, this is
how it's done.
Yeah, this is how it's done. This is where the game has evolved to.
They set the parameters. We're just exploiting all the different ways you can win.
Right. So,
it's a war game, and the point is the ends justifying the means.
Right. So as we're getting close to wrapping up here, I think the one question that comes up constantly is what to upgrade first or research first. I would say upgrade. So you've got
your laboratory. All right, let's talk about the laboratory. To the folks at home, you got to know that you should never not be researching something. That should be your number one priority at all times. Is have something being researched in the laboratory or upgrading the laboratory. Yeah. And I think you can do both at the same time. Maybe not.
I know. I think once you do. So once your town hall is built and upgraded, better get your ass on that.
Yeah.
Upgrading your research. I didn't do that right away when I started. I didn't pay much attention, but as soon as I got that first one out, got the second one out, then I was like, okay, this needs to be happening all the time. And of course, sometimes you're going for some elixir and you don't have the money. But once you get the spell factory, the spells are really cheap. And compared to how much or to how often you use certain troops, like I don't use my wizards. I kind of think they suck.
Yeah.
Because they get killed so easily.
I hear what you're saying. I've got level 5 barbs, level 5 archers. Goblins are on their way to level 5. Everything else is level 3. And I don't use any of it.
What about your bombers?
3.
You're at 3?
It's all level 3. I don't use any of it.
See, I'm up to... I've got level 5s up through the giants, level 4...
I don't bother with giants or bombers. I mean, if I need to brew a special army, I'll use some bombers. I'll throw 10 of them on there. There was one guy I was revenging, and I had to brew a special army just to make my attack work because I had to get into a certain spot, and I had to get the archers and the wizards to look the other way while I used the flying V and charged in there.
Mighty Ducks.
The flying V, it's my most useful tactic, and credit goes to the best Disney movie ever made, Flying Ducks.
Right.
Emilio Estevez.
Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks. Emilio Estevez.
Get right, moron.
Get it right.
So, yeah, and I think next week, one of our topics will be more about tactics. And you bring up something here that I don't do is I don't usually go revenge, but my goal, and I'll bring this, and we'll talk about this next week in next week's podcast about the revenge and about doing revenge. And I'll make it a point this week to try to revenge all of the people that have attacked me.
Your assignment this week is to revenge. Now, the best part about revenge is that you can wait and watch. Now, they may have a shield. They may be online, especially if they're online, that they're soon be off, that you just keep an eye out. Because they're not going to play longer than you. So you can get on there and bust them. But usually the revenge is, for me, it's a lot of little guys. I like going and beating those guys up for messing with me, thinking they can mess with me. But when
That's it. I'm coming after you.
I'm down to 500. The only people that can attack me are people that are in the 500 or people that can revenge me. Now, if I haven't been fighting and I've gotten revenge a few times down there. But if I haven't been fighting, then whatever. It's nobody's going to attack me. Now, with the revenges, you can go and attack somebody, and you can go and look. You can visit them.
Yeah.
You can study their walls. You can,
I'm looking right now at my my battle log.
Go to the top one.
You know what? And there is replay not available on most of them because they're
that old.
Well, even on the very top. Oh, I guess
it's the old ones you can't. Yeah, you can't replay them, but you can still revenge them. Now let's go to this top one. Now let's just go. Oh, he took you for a bunch. Let's visit his town. Now you can look at his walls and you can see where his stuff is and you can get an idea of the.
Yeah, he's a level 89. So I probably won't be revenging him.
I like that outfit. I like that setup. He's got a decent.
And I always like to take notes. And, here's another tip. So,
anyway, revenging. You can look at your guy. You can wait until he has a bunch of shit and then go and take it from him. He won't be able to hit you back. Okay. And it's revenging is good. Keep an eye on your guys.
I'm going to do a revenge challenge and try to do as many revenges as I can.
Nice.
Okay.
Keep track.
So
see if you can take more than they took from you. That's the big thing.
One tip, and then we'll just wrap up with. Well, let's just wrap up with the research. Research the troops who use. I think I like the barbs, and I'm glad I started with the barbs over archers.
Yeah, barbs and archers are cheap. They're fast to make, and they kick ass.
The giants, though, really help me. So I know you don't really use them, but
don't use them much. No,
I love them. So go with what you use. That one always pops up in our clan chat. Is okay. What's next? What should I do next? And barbs are always something that people say, or archers if you don't have the highest level. The one tip that I will say, and this is so that all of you 2 people that are listening to this, well, we should have at least 38 people if we're going to get. I mean, come on, clan. I mean, it's got to be.
I think we got 49 people in our clan.
Yeah, but we can't hope for all of them. We're playing the game.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they take a break, but if you hold I didn't learn this for a while, but if you do the home button and the power button at the same time, it takes a picture of the camp. So if you're going to attack somebody and you like their layout,
that's how you take a picture on an iPhone or a screenshot. Yeah, everybody knows it.
A screenshot.
I know that.
I didn't know that.
I asked Jeeves. I know that shit.
But you can, Jeeves, that moron. No, so that's something that I would suggest.
I typed it in Alta Vista.
Because it goes right to your camera roll, and I didn't know this, so maybe this tip is a moron tip out to other morons like me. But if you see a camp that you find, or you want to share your camp with us, you can send it to comments at clashofclanspodcast.com. Or if you see a layout that you want to look at, emulate, do that. And the one that I missed, and I wish I would have known this, I saw this guy with a big penis camp, which was just awesome. In fact, he had most of his stuff outside the walls, but it was just a big penis.
Sure.
But so if you want to share your camp, or if you want
He's got the Tesla tower right at the tip. Lighting.
Yeah. No, I didn't see that, but that'd be awesome. So if you want us to critique your camp, or if you want to share your camp, or if you want to share a funny camp, we will put it up on our blog at clashofclanspodcast.com if it's worthy.
If it's worthy, yeah.
And of course, if only 2 of you send them in, it's obviously going to be worthy. So that's the last tip, and I think that I'll take that challenge for this week and see what happens.
So coming up next week then, on the ClashofClansPodcast.com, we're going to be talking about tactics. We'll get a little more into the Flying V, which I love. I want to hear more about how you use your bombers and giants, as well as your barbs and archers. We're going to talk a little bit more about your revenge challenge and see how that works. And we'll
and hopefully we'll have some questions and some.
If you have any questions or comments, you'd like to contact us, Scotty, why don't you tell them where you can contact us?
You can contact us at comments at clashofclanspodcast.com. Also, please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes, unless you hate us. Either way, it lets us know that. Hate mail.
It lets us know somebody cares to hate us.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So. So we'll be talking about that. So comments at clashofclanspodcast.com, and we will be we'll put a link up to the Wired article on the blog on clashofclanspodcast.com in case you want to go read that. And
Scott is in charge of all that.
Yes.
All right. Well, broadcasting live here in the headquarters of Minnesota Nice and clashofclanspodcast.com at BSMT.
Stands for what?
Scotty's Basement.
All right. Well, I guess we're out, Boneyard.
All right.
See you later, everybody.